Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending the Refugee Legal Webinar Series 5, organized by Swaka and with our resource person from Dompet Duafa and Smart. So we will start in a short bit. We're still waiting for the other uh, participant of the meeting to log in. So we will start in maybe 5 minutes. Thank you for your understanding.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, all the participants who is in this webinar. I think it's time to start. Let me introduce myself. Sorry, do you hear me? Mr. Jolio, do you hear me? Is my sound clear?
Yes, yes, your
Yes.
sound is clear.
Yes.
I would like to go ahead with introducing myself. My name is Nashad Jihad. I am from Iraq. I'm a asylum seeker also in Indonesia. Today, I will take a part of this webinar as a moderator. I'd like also to thank Suwaka for this kind of webinar, uh, which is the fifth refugees webinar series. Um, Also, what is the main point that we choose this kind of subject, which is strengthening refugees' resiliency, is as you know, refugees are not allowed to work here in Indonesia because of the 1951 convention. Um, so therefore, there are many opportunities for the refugees and asylum seekers that they are able to use in Indonesia in order to survive. That's why we are holding this kind of webinar. I also like to introduce the source persons of today's webinar. We have two speakers. First of all, I will go ahead with the introduction of the first speaker, which is Mr. Rama Adiwibo. He is an advocacy and legal protection for Duafa, Domba Duafa Foundation. We would like to hear more from him, more actually today. And the second speaker, I will go ahead. Also, he is Mr. Rahmat Bayani. Mr. Rahmat Bayani, he's from the Afghani community, and he is also the Smart for Global Creative Head. Also, I would like to mention for the all participants, if you have any kind of question after the presentation, please highlight it in the chat box. So in order to highlight it for the speakers and you can hear the sufficient answer from the speakers. I will not take the time, and first of all, I will go ahead with the first speaker, which is from Dombit Duafa, Mr. Rama. You can go ahead, the floor is yours.
Chat, I'm sorry, but before that, can we please give the opening remarks from Rizka?
Sorry?
Can you please give some time for the SWACA's chairperson to give the opening remark?
Oh, I see, sorry. Yeah,
Thanks.
so you can go ahead with the opening remarks from Swaka. Sister Reska, sorry, I forget.
It's okay. Thank you, Brother Nashad. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to join us in this webinar. Today, we will going to discuss about resiliency. And yes, we all know that refugee in Indonesia is in an unknown transit mode. Yet, we as a human being have basic needs to fulfill. Today, we are going to discuss what we can do to make ourselves complete and by doing something productive. And we will have Rama, Nashat already mentioned before. We have Rama Adiwibowo from Dompet Duafa and Rahmat Bayani from Smart for Global as a resource person. And Nashat himself will be the moderator for this session. To give a background, topic that Swaka raised in each webinar is always based on our cases database. But even though Swaka aware that we don't have all capacities to address all type of cases, especially social economic needs, Swaka still have a network like Dompet Duafa to work on that specific area that Swaka doesn't cover. So that's why this webinar is also a time for Swaka also to learn from the speakers. So I will not taking much longer time. I think we can start the discussion. My last words as refugee, we all have a certain limits, I believe, but don't let those limits hold you to strive. So I welcome you to the Refugee Legal Webinar Series number 5, Strengthening a Refugee Resiliency, and I hope we'll have a robust discussion. Thank you, Nasat, back to you.
Thank you, Reska, so much. I also would like to mention to the participants that this kind of webinar is recorded and will be aired on YouTube as well. So for your information, need to be mentioned for you. I also will not take the time. Let's start with Brother Rama. Brother Rama, the floor is yours. Go ahead, please.
Check. Thank you, Brother Nasyad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. I wish we are all in the best of health. First, I think I need assistance to show my presentation.
Sure. This will be from Brother Zico.
Kindly wait a second, Mas Rama. We're preparing the presentation.
Yes, please. Okay, thank you. My name is Rama Dwi Bowo. I work at Dompet Duafa in advocacy and legal protection for Duafa, based in Jakarta, Indonesia. Next. Next, please, brother. Yeah, Dompet Duafa is an Islamic philanthropy institution that manages funds from zakat, infak, sadaqah, endowments, and other halal funds that are devoted to empowering the poor and the needs through services, empowerment, and advocacy. These last three words, services, empowerment, and advocacy, reflect most of Dompet Duafa's activity in various range of beneficiaries, including refugees. Next, please, brother.
A second, Mas Rama. I think the operator is having a technical difficulties. Just a second, please.
Yes. Yeah. This is the facts that Indonesia is a non-signatory state to 1951 Refugee Convention and its 1967 protocol. Also, almost 14,000 refugees and asylum seekers in Indonesia are living in uncertain conditions, depending on support from international organizations or family members from other continents. And number three, refugees and asylum seekers are not permitted to conduct any income-generating activity, whether it's formal or informal. And this is the challenges: no access to job opportunity in formal sector, no access to bank or financial institution and market for starting up business, and no access to education and vocational training institution. But actually recently, letter of Secretary General of Ministry of Education allowed children refugees to enroll in public school. Next. This is what Dompet Duafa done. This is our strategy. First, Dompet Duafa actively involved in alliance like Suaka. We have also Jesuit Refugee Service, CWS, and others related alliance. The second is we are working closely with Indonesian government. We are working together with Indonesian government. We are also encourage our government to solve the root problems in the in the other countries like Myanmar. And then we are providing direct services and preparation phase. We are also provide some health services in our hospital networks. And in the preparation phase, we are having a school for refugee project, which give the children of refugee the basic study like math, science, and Indonesian language to prepare the refugee children to enroll in public school. We have also ready for business project, which we mix the young refugee and the youth Indonesians to collaboration and seeking opportunity to having small business. And also we have a research and project evaluation. And the last one is we have public awareness and resource mobilization through campaign. And also we have refugee involvement in some of our project. Next. This is what Dompet Duafa saw as an opportunities. The first one is the huge business volume of micro, small, and medium enterprise in Indonesia. The small business in Indonesia account for 99% of all business, provide 89% of private employment, and contribute 60% of the GDP. The second one is a technology-based digital economy offers enterprise unprecedented opportunity. For example, we have a growing e-commerce and also marketplace. This is an opportunity for everyone to have their small business running using through e-commerce. And also we have in food and beverage business, we have also GoFood, GrabFood, and others. So it's a very, very big opportunity for everyone, including refugees, to grow their business. And number three is the increasing numbers of entrepreneurs amongst Indonesian youths. We also try to mix the Indonesian youth who has already business plan to work together with refugee in our Ready for Business project. We will talk about this project later. Next. Okay, this is the Ready for Business project. We have a final session. We have a final phase of initial business grant. But before we and our partners give the business grant, there are some some stages to do. Like the first stages is the recruitment, and also the facilitator preparation. And then this is very technical, yeah. This is what we do in the Ready for Business projects. We have the introduction to training, or we call it the matriculation. This is the curriculum. We base the curriculum on ILO and the Umar Usman Business School modules. And then we have the separate specialized class. We have three kind of business that we are supporting in this project. The first one is the food and beverages. The second one is the fashion, and the third one is the this chat is the specialized class. We have three kind of business that We are supporting like food and beverages, fashion, and the last one is handicraft business. And at the end of the project, at the end of the class, we have the project session, the sex session, which we encourage the participants to to dare to marketing their business and their products. Next. Yeah, it is quite the same with the previous page. Yeah, we have program activity and ready for business. We have a joint class with the facilitator. We selected the facilitator from the also the businessman or businesswoman, so they have they can share their experience with the refugees who wants to start their businesses. We have also the field visit to business site or location. We have the expert session. We have the team building and capacity building session. And also we have the punishment and rewards. Yeah, this is to make sure that all the participants are always coming in the in the every class. Next. Yeah, I think I have only a short presentation, but I encourage the participant here to discussing more about the project in Dompet Duafa. I think that's it, brother, and I will give back the time to you.
Thank you, Brother Rama, for the explanation. It was very clear from Dompet Duafa, and yeah, I'm sure that all the participants are understand about the facilities that you are able to have. And I also would like to mention about one thing that I also studied the Ready for Business, but it was in Atmajaya, not in Dambit Duafa. My colleagues were in Dambit Duafa, but it was a very good experience for me to learn more and like that I'm able to apply it in my life.
Yeah, brother, the Ready for Business project is conducted in Dompet Duafa,
Yes.
also in Atmajaya University in Jakarta.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Brother Rama. So I will go ahead with the second speaker to hear more from him. From Smart, he is Brother Rahmat. Brother Rahmat, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for giving time to me. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to share my screen. Sorry. So there I can.
Just a minute, Brother Rahmat. They will.
I cannot share the PowerPoint presentation here. I don't know if I don't have the permission, maybe.
Okay,
Brother
just
Rahmat.
a second, please.
Because I cannot select a portion of my screen to share. I don't have the.
You're already the co-host, Brother Rahmat. Can you confirm?
Okay, let me just share again. Maybe I. Nope.
We
Still
also
I
have
can.
your presentation ready. Do you mind if we share it for you?
No, just I just brought some changes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's completely technological problem because COVID, right? So yeah, we'll wait.
Okay, just I'm going to share the total.
So, Brother
Okay.
Rama from Dombet Duafa. Dombet Duafa, as we know that it helped the refugees so much. And just a kind of a question from me to you that when they are also going to open the ready for business again, because I graduated from the second batch, when it's going to be the third batch, if you are able to clarify for us until we are waiting for Brother Rahmat from Smart.
I think Brother Rahmat ready to share the presentation.
Are you ready, Brother Rahmat?
Yeah, I already have shared. Please
Great.
let me know if you can see it.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. Brother Rahmat, later on maybe we can negotiate.
Yeah. I will answer it later, brother.
Sure. Please, Brother Rahmat, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I would like to say thank you for everyone to come in Refugee Legal Webinar Series number 5. And I'm very happy to be here among you, you guys. So let's go ahead and start our presentation. Okay, as you may know, there are around 14,000 refugees in Indonesia. The refugees must stay here for several years before getting resettled to third countries, which is a tedious time for them. Despite there are some skilled refugees among them, they don't have any positive activity or plan for their daily life and for their future. Most of the refugees are experiencing lack of financial support for basic accommodation, food, and healthcare. These refugees have no rights to work and have limited access to formal education. This has resulted in a huge rise in the number of physical and psychological health issues, even suicide attempts. Among the refugee communities, they need certain activities to use their time in a productive way to stay motivated and be able to survive this phase of their lives. SMART. SMART stands for Skilled Migrant and Refugee Technicians. It's a refugee-led nonprofit organization. We are aiming to empower refugees and establish to provide livelihood opportunities for the refugees. Considering the refugee condition and unpredictable time of waiting for resettlement, that's very stressful for everyone here and leads to plenty of problems for refugees. We decided to step up and start an initiative for refugees empowerment by refugees. We are a startup aiming to empower refugees who are stuck in limbo to make a living while waiting for resettlement. We came to this idea while we all experience refugee life with earning livelihoods, so we formed our refugee-led initiative. We have the experience and knowledge So why don't we get to started and take this step to help fellow refugees by sharing our experience and support them with their skills? Our vision and mission. Our vision is to provide online technical services with better qualities and absolute user satisfaction, to empower refugees to be financially independent. And our mission is to use technology and the internet to empower the refugee community and serve people and organizations that want to grow up fast. This proved that migration, with all its difficulties and limitations, has failed to keep us from progress and moving forward. Some of the biggest challenges we refugees face here while living in transit are related to access to livelihood. As you all know, Indonesia is not a member of Geneva Convention 1951. So the refugees here have no rights to work here and must wait in transit for several years before getting resettled to their country. To help refugees with the challenges faced here, we started some projects that we are aiming to help the community, which are IT Help Desk, a skilled refugee resourcing program, which you can say SRRP, Repotera online shop, and Smart e-learning. During COVID-19 outbreak, SMART considered the safety of refugees and their needs to an IT technician. We decided to offer our IT help desk for refugees in Indonesia without any charges. All they need is to fill the form in our website. Later, we will contact them and fix their software and technical issues by connecting remotely using remote access softwares. SRRP, which stands for Skilled Refugee Resourcing Program. Most of the refugees have potential and technical skills with no rights to work. Through our SRRP program, we connect these refugees with the employers who wish to help them. And the procedure, how does it work? Refugees must fill out a form in our website along with their CVs. Employers are also required to fill out a form, after which we send them blind CVs. Once we choose their preferred candidates, we connect both parties for further procedures. Refugees skill analytics. There are more than 14,000 refugees and asylum seekers living in Indonesia from different countries, which from them about 190 refugees and asylum seekers are volunteering in learning centers and NGOs, and more than 200 refugees and asylum seekers signed up in SMART website via SRRP program, webinars, and other projects. Since most of the refugees don't have online skills and have no investment or business models for beginning their startup or initiative, they need support from other NGOs or companies to help them start their services. We came with the idea to start Repotera project by the collaboration of JRS. And this is a great idea. We seek to empower refugees who don't have technical skills, but are very skillful when it comes to creating handicrafts, tailoring, and patchworks. Refutera originates from the word of refut, which means to prove the sejahtera, which is in Bahasa Indonesia for thriving. The combination of language in Refutera reflects hope of a social cohesion and mutual collaboration with trust and love. Why Repotera? We know among our community, most refugees have the skills to create handicrafts, decoration items, embroidery, and other craft, but they have no awareness from local market and didn't have any platform to sell their products. Besides this, in today's era, most of the transactions are done through bank accounts, and refugees have no access to bank accounts. They need help from local community to do the transactions. And this is the reason why we built Repotera as an online platform to solve these major issues and help refugees sell their own handmade products in their market platform, Repotera. Repotera is to provide sustainable livelihood opportunities to gain better welfare for refugees of different ages with different cultures and make a solution for their financial issues. And we aim to promote their products online and sell in local and international communities to provide livelihood for the refugees. So far, 10 members are engaged with the admin tasks and managing the project. And currently, 30 refugees artisans are engaged with Repotera creating different handicrafts. And so far, a variety of 160 handicrafts created by our refugee artisans available on Repotera platform and being sold online in local market, as well as we are aiming to promote our platform in international markets as well soon. We encourage refugee artisans from every nationality living in Indonesia to take part and utilize this opportunity to make a living by promote your cultural handicrafts such as embroidery work, patchwork, handmade jewelries, and decoration items to local and international communities and prove that refugees are not burden, but some skilled people. And you can contact us through our website, social media, or GRS staff to collaborate with us. Education and livelihood are the two biggest problems that refugees face in Indonesia. Several refugees had learned some technical skills, but due to years of migration and having no opportunity to learn, their knowledge and online skills are outdated and need opportunity for upgrading their skills and capacity building. In our upcoming project, Smart E-Learning, with the collaboration of other NGOs, we are hoping to provide capacity building courses for the refugees. And that will provide learning opportunities to learn online skills needed to make livelihood through freelancing in online platforms or as an intern in companies who need their skills. And refugees will be prepared for their lives after getting resettled to the third country. Since the establishing SMART, helping and empowering refugee community is our first priority. Therefore, in every step, the first thing we consider is what we can do and how we can do. In every step, SMART struggle for the community's welfare and challenges. As a solution, SMART came with some new ideas to help the community as the remedy for their issues and challenges. So far, we hosted free webinars for refugees, aiming to help them and introduce different platforms, ways, and possibilities to earn livelihood online, such as freelancing on online platforms and other social medias. You can get the streams. It's available in our YouTube channel, Smart Global. Related to COVID-19, Smart, in collaboration with GRS and SWACA, created COVID-19 awareness videos narration in 3 languages: Persian, Arabic, and Somali for the refugees. The purpose was to spread awareness and especially focusing on those refugees who cannot read but can understand by listening to narrations in their native language and watching to the video graphics. It was a great opportunity for Smart to design and develop the Archipelago website. We are truly grateful to have a contribution in such project, which provides a platform for refugees to showcase their skills through writing, photography, and artworks. Smart has always been looking for partners and networking with local and international NGOs to expand our efficiency to help refugees in this situation and provide illuminated future for them. If you are interested to collaborate and support us in our projects for the refugee community, we truly appreciate any kind of support from you. We are still in the beginning stage and need to do lots of works. You can contact us by email or visit our website for further details. We believe by your kind supports and collaboration, we can together help to reduce the hardships refugees are going through in their daily lives. And thank you, Brother Nashad, and thank you everyone for your time and attention. The stage is yours, Brother Nashad.
Thank you, Brother Rahmat, for the very beneficial and great presentation about SMART and about all issues that we are able to provide in SMART. SMART is a very creative, actually, and I admit it, among the refugees and asylum seekers community. And of course, it might bring many kind of opportunities and chances for the refugees and asylum seekers in order to survive here in Indonesia and the transit country before they go to the third country, which is their settlement country. I also would like to go ahead with the question and answers, but before that, I also would like to mention for the all participants, please, if you have any kind of question, you can mention it and highlight it in the chat box, so we are able to highlight it for the speakers, whether for Don Bidwafa, Brother Rama, or to Brother Rahmat from SMART. They are welcoming your questions to be answered. And if I go ahead with the first question, that's from Brother Zach to Rama from Don Bidwafa. I think it's a bit long question, but I'm going to read it and we are going to answer it step by step, Brother Rama. In one of your slides about challenges that refugees face, you mentioned that refugees cannot have either formal or informal incoming generation activities. However, in another slide, you also talk about the opportunities refugees have the people and organizations refugees can collaborate with. So my question is, how can refugees collaborate with Indonesian businesses owners without having the legal permission to make money formally or informally? This is the first question, or a part of the question. Please, Brother Rama.
Yeah, thank you, brother. As Brother Rahmat and I also share the same challenges, the same spirits that the refugees should have collaboration with the local community. So indeed that refugee cannot have either formal or informal income generating activities. But yes, I think the best possible way to do is having collaboration with the local communities. However, yeah, you cannot have a bank account. You cannot have also financial support from any financial institution, which can only get from your your local communities partner. So also we have, I also mentioned we have an opportunity that we have a growing digital business like marketplace, or Brother Rahmat have also Repotera as refugees marketplace. I think the digital business is reducing very much physical interaction with other peoples. Yeah, so I think this is the opportunities that we can take. We can have to have our income activity. So I mean, yeah, we face the fact that refugees cannot have income generating activity, but yeah, we need to do income generating activity, like anything that you can do is the best possible way is to collaboration with the local communities partner. I believe that is for now that is the best possible way to do livelihood activity.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Rama, for the answer. Continuing to the question, the second part of the question, actually, what is legal problem? I mean, what legal problems would one face if approached by a government official for breaking the overmentioned law?
I believe if we collaborate with the local partners, the physical interaction, the legal administration will be conducted by the local partner. So I believe this is the reducing the risk of approached by the government official. I think that's why the most important. I also seeing this in the Brother Rahmat activities, that we need to collaborate with the local partner. This also reducing the problems with the government official. I think that's my answer, brother.
Yes, Brother Rama. Thank you for the clarification and answers, actually. But the last part of the question, it's also saying, if what you are suggesting is only for enhancing one's skills in the formal or informal education or training, don't you think that they are not the useful opportunities considering the uncertainty of refugees' future?
Yeah, I believe any skills that learn is useful for the refugees.
Yes, thank you, Brother Rama, for answering this question. However, it was a bit long, but it was highly appreciated from you. The second question, which is from Shauqi, it's for the both speakers. Many refugees participated in the online program, paying an amount of about 3.5 million rupiah in exchange for some ads on Facebook and Instagram. But suddenly the company disappeared and the link is which they shared disappeared also. What can be done regarding this kind of conditions? Probably we can go ahead with Brother Rahmat, and then we come back to Brother Rama for answering.
Okay, thank you, Brother Nashad, for giving the time to me for answering this question. Actually, by this question, when I just saw this at the first time, it's a very bad situation, and I just felt very bad and emotional. That the refugees, they already have their own challenges and issues, and actually the most important one, the financial issue. But still, if there is something happening, something spam or scam is happening just like that, and that's going to give them a very is going to affect on their lives very badly. So at the first point, the platforms just like this, mostly they are not trustworthy. They are just a scam. And at the first point, when we found about this, we searched about the platform, and we found that it's not something that you can trust, and it's going to be a scam. And as for we tried to tell the people, we tried to tell to the community that this is not the right thing, this is just a scam or something just like that, and try to avoid them for investing their daily money, for the money that they save for their family, for their food and for their life. We try to stop them to not investing their money in these platforms. But still, there were a lot of people who were saying that it can be a place, or maybe it can be the place that we can just trust them, or maybe we can make some money, or maybe find a livelihood for them. But still, that was the only thing that we could do in this problem. We tried to give awareness for those people who we were in contact with, and yeah, that was all from our smart that could do. But more than that, we in every part we are just asking the refugees itself to be more careful with this kind of scams. It is the time is very bad, and every day, every time there are coming a new scam for the people, and we have to be more careful with this kind of things. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Brother Rahmat, for the very sufficient answer about this question. Yes, it's quite understandable, and refugees have to be worried about this kind of point. We go ahead with Brother Rama answer, please. Brother Rama, the floor is yours about this question.
Brother Nashad, I think the question is directed to Brother Rahmat. So Brother Rahmat has already answered it comprehensively. So I don't think this is my expertise to answer the questions.
Yes. All right. All right. Yes, Brother Rahmat have answered the question sufficiently, and actually he clarified all the points of the question. Yes, as a refugees and asylum seekers, we have to consider that we don't need to spend our money and our budgets or any kind of supports that we have on such a kind of ads or advertisements. However, if we have any kind of if we have any kind of programs that we are able to survive from it, so we need to choose the easiest way to do the advertisements in order to protect ourselves from any kind of problem, such a kind of scam. All right, the third question to Brother Rama. Currently, if we have some income, we ask for help from Indonesian friends to get the money, to transfer the money using their bank account. how can Indonesian government allowing us to have bank account with UNSCR card? Please, Brother Rama.
Yeah, I think this is a long way for us to do this advocacy activity. And I believe Swaka will have already expertise in this advocacy issue.
So can you please clarify for us more, Brother Rama, about this kind of subject, which is the bank account card and all the issues, and how it's possibility to advocate this kind of things to the refugees and asylum seekers?
Yeah, Dompet Duafa is not doing the advocacy actively. I mean, we collaborate with Suaka and also UNHCR to encourage Indonesian government to recognize the UNHCR card. But I think if the bank can only use for daily activities like transferring or incoming money, I believe, perhaps this is a long advocacy, but yeah, we can support the Suaka and others advocacy organization to doing this activity. Yeah, because I cannot answer this question really.
All right, Brother Rama. Hopefully that there will be an answer for this question from UNSCR or Suaka and Dambu Duafa, because we can see that it's creating some kind of troubles with the refugees and asylum seekers. I would go ahead with the next question, which goes for the both speakers. Do you have tips on how to avoid digital fraud? We would start from Brother Rahmat. The digital fraud. Can you answer, please?
Yeah, sure. So for the digital fraud, there are many ways that people can do that, and every day they are generating a new way. They are finding a new way, a new technique to make you how to say satisfied with that platform, or maybe getting your trust. So the first thing that we have to consider is our common sense. So in today's life, there are some organizations who are working for voluntarily, without any payment, without any exception. So, but what they are doing, that is most important. The first time when I heard about those platforms, it was just like they are giving you money, and without getting any further benefit for them. So that's the first thing which catch me to search about it, not trust it. Then after that, there are many multiple ways, and the most efficient way is to search online in internet. There are many contents in internet, positive and negative. And if you go and search, just only search your question, you can just Google it. This platform is trustworthy or not, or maybe how can I trust this platform? Then there will be a lot of information coming in front of you about the same platform, and many people, they are just talking about this platform, maybe it's something positive and something negative. Then again, it's your common sense and it's your mind that you have to think about every of them, if that can be possible, or maybe how can it be possible if that happens. So what's going to happen? Because it's not a very easy way to get the trust of the people. And yeah, they are working very hard and they are working very smartly. So you have to be more smarter than them. And yeah, so whenever there are possible ways asking you for the monies, maybe for doubling your money without any exception from you, so the first thing should come in your mind is that you should think about that, is it going to be trustful or not? So yeah, try to search about the platforms or maybe the techniques there are maybe happened that fraud before that, and that's the experience that you can use from others' experience. So yeah, my only suggestion is to be careful and try to search about any business or maybe any investment before you do. Try to ask your friends, not just only one friend or two friends. Try to ask many friends. There may be many suggestions and ideas that after that you can just see how fraud it is, and everything is going to be clear for you. And try to spread awareness among our community to maybe that was the time for us that we lost our money, so we should not let our friend to lose their money as well. Yeah, thank
All
you.
right, Brother Rahmat. It's a very valuable answer and statement about this question. But yeah, I'm more eager to hear more from Brother Rahmat regarding this question. Please, Brother Rahmat.
Brother Nashat, I believe Brother Rahmat already answered it very comprehensively, so I don't have any answer to this question.
Yes, sure, Brother Rahmat. Yes, I also do believe that Brother Rahmat, he answered the question from every angle of part, and there is a part of the question of the answers that take me, and I also would like to emphasize on it. If there is any kind of questions that surrounding in the mind regarding the digital fraud, probably the person can go ahead with searching in the internet for the issues that might affect on the project or any kind of advertisement. So it will be clear for the person to choose very well how to use the digital issues without any kind of fraud. I also want to go ahead. I just remember the first question that I asked you, Brother Rama, before the presentation of Brother Rahmat. I also want to emphasize on it. Do you know when exactly going to be start the third batch of the Ready for Business? Of course, the participants might be interested to join this kind of opportunity for learning about the entrepreneurship program and the other issues that might help them. If not right here in Indonesia, of course, it's gonna help them in the next country. And I'm quite sure about the information that have been shared about the entrepreneurship program. It was quite valuable for me, and it was a very good experience. Is there any information regarding the subject, please, Brother Rama?
Yeah, the first batch and the second batch of the Ready for Business is done with the offline method, yeah, before the pandemic happened in Indonesia. So we are currently doing the evaluation of the first batch and the second batch. We are researching about how many business works and how many business failed, and we start doing the research of the first and second batch. And regarding the third batch, as we know that we are in the pandemic situation, like we cannot have offline program, offline class. So I believe for now there's no information about the third batch yet, but I think if there is any information about the third batch, Dompet Duafa and also UNHCR ILO and the Atmajaya University will publish this information in their social media. I think that's the answer I can give for you, brother.
Sure, Brother Rama. Thank you for the answer. It's highly appreciated. Yes, I know it's affected so much, the COVID-19 situation. Actually, the batch number 2 was before the COVID-19, so it was an offline.
Yes.
Most of the refugees have in that kind of batch, which was in Dambil Duafa and Atmajaya as well. Regarding the COVID-19 situation, Brother Rahmat,
Yes.
how you are going ahead of a situation COVID-19? Are you holding the training or any kind of duties through online, or there is some kind of offline? And what is the precautions way that you are using the smart?
Yeah, Brother Nashad, thank you for the question. Actually, as I already have included in my presentation, that whatever we are doing, those all are going to be remotely online. So there is no need to face, and I think for the present situation and time, which is the COVID-19, I believe that this is going to be the best way. And yeah, so our all activities, and maybe if there are any trainings and other things, they all are going to be online, and no need to be face-to-face and offline. But maybe in some points we may need to get together, or maybe we have to meet person by person. But most of our activities, they are online. And the base of Smart was created by this idea that is going to be everything online. Everything is going to be through the internet and computer, and yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Brother Ahmad, for the answer. Yes, it was clear actually. I also would like to remind again the participants that you are able to highlight a question in the chat box, so we can use the time wisely while we are asking the speakers. And as a participants, you are able to get the answers, the sufficient answer actually, with the great speakers that we have, and a great answers from them as well. I also would like to ask Brother Rama, for Dambil Duafa. Is Dambil Duafa helping or sharing this kind of trainings and this kind of facilities with the refugees and asylum seekers who are located only in Jakarta or in different islands? Maybe there are some refugees as well and asylum seekers, they would like to take a part in this kind of trainings. Is there any answer about it?
Yeah, for now we have training only in Jakarta regularly in Ready for Business. We haven't expand the project in other our branch or other islands.
Is there any opportunity to expand this kind of duties as it's targeted the refugees and asylum seekers?
Yeah, I think there is always opportunity, but you know, the situation recently is in pandemic. You know, the activities is hold, and our financial is also slightly affected. So I believe we should focus in Jakarta, as our home base is in Jakarta.
Sure. Thank you, Brother Rama, for the answer. What about you, Brother Rahmat? What about SMART? Are you going to disseminate this kind of activities and opportunities, chances that goes for the refugees and asylum seekers, for the peoples who are far from here, from Java Island, let's say? As you know, that there are more refugees and asylum seekers in different islands. So are they going to take a part in this as well?
Okay, brother. As you already have seen, so in our presentation and whenever I was talking about the refugees, I always have mentioned refugees in Indonesia. So it doesn't matter for us if the refugees are in Cisarua, if refugees are in Jakarta, in Medan, or maybe in another island. So whenever we are talking all of the refugees in Indonesia. So it's including the refugees in other islands, Jakarta, Java, or maybe some other places if they would like to, or maybe they are willing to uh, join us. So yeah, we are very happy to give our services and our help and support to them as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Rahmat, for the answer. Thank you. I hope so. I hope so that all the refugees and asylum seekers communities in Indonesia, they are able to reach this kind of opportunities as far as it's helping them, even though temporarily, but of course it's helping them greatly while they are staying in the transit country in Indonesia. Because of Suaka, I've been mentioned a few times about some issues. I also would like to ask Sister Reska if she has any kind of additional comments or information about the materials that have been shared from the speakers or other questions. Please, Sister Reska. Sister Reska?
Okay. Okay, I can unmute myself now.
Right.
So yeah, it was mentioned about the bank account issue. So last year we actually tried with Dompet Duafa also, and UNHCR, we actually tried to have a discussion with Bank Indonesia, the Indonesian bank, and their legal department said that if you want to open a bank account, still you need to have identification number, means that you have to be recorded in the civil system. And it is for refugee who is not registered in the Indonesian civil registration system, it will be impossible for them to open a bank account. However, there are many financial institutions that can facilitate or accommodate transaction with the UNHCR ID card. Maybe you also already aware about the Western Union, about the postal finance service to transfer money. So for a bank account itself and to enjoy the feature of a bank means like you may ask for credit, perhaps. I think in the near future it cannot be done because of that issue. If you are registered as in a civil recording system in Indonesia, that means that you are acknowledged as a citizen of Indonesia. So being acknowledged as a citizen of Indonesia, that would be a long way to go before we get there. Yeah, the current system that we can use for a financial transaction is from that institution, from that financial institution that we can use, that you already use actually, the money transfer facilitated. And the second one is about being productive to help yourself sufficient. It is actually also, if you think it's contributing for the local economy, you see that many locals rent their rooms for refugees, and it runs the economic flow within the area. So I would say that because the law doesn't exist doesn't mean it cannot be done. So I would say you don't give up to have yourself productive, to contribute to your family or to your neighborhood. I would say they don't stop in there. So just keep on going. So I think that's for me. Thank you, Brother Nasser.
Thank you, Reska, for the clarification. Yes, it was a very clear for all for the participants about the bank account card. And in this part of the webinar, I think this is the time for the closing statement. I would go ahead with Brother Rama. Closing statement, please. You can say your words about the closing statement.
Yeah, I believe that we shouldn't stop because the legal issues. Yeah, we can contribute to our family, our neighborhoods, and also I believe that there is always a way to have your income, like having collaboration with the Indonesian locals. We have also the marketplace. Yeah, I believe that there will always a way to do income generating activity. But yes, yeah, we should go perhaps with your local partner, not doing this on your own, yeah, because yeah, I believe that there is always a way. I think that's it, brother.
Thank you, Brother Rama, for the closing statement word. Yes, refugees and asylum seekers have to understand that they have to always do the legal issues or the bank account, let's say, or any kind of projects with an Indonesian partner, as far as this kind of way not going to harm them as a refugees and asylum seekers. Thank you for the word, Brother Rama. The closing statement from you, Brother Ahmad, please.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So at this point, I would like to say that challenges are for everyone. So everyone, they have their own challenges. If they are refugees, if they are asylum seeker, or maybe if they are a person who has the citizenship of their country. But the challenges for the refugee, we accept that that's a little bit harder than others, because you have the challenges, you don't have the money, but still you don't have the right to work as well. So in this challenge, it means that we have a challenge, and beside that, we don't have the right to solve the challenge. But still there are many ways. There are many ways that your friends and maybe your colleagues or your community can help you, or maybe by the help of each other we can do something better, or maybe we can solve it together. If we couldn't solve it, still we can just be just give some sympathy to each other. So that's going to be giving a courage to someone else and your friend, your community. So don't think the challenges that they are going to destroy you. Try to think from another way. Try to be some creative. Try to create something very special about your challenge. So the challenges are the things which makes us strong, and beside that, we from Smart, we are hoping for a day that there won't be any refugee, there won't be any challenges for them, and yeah, a world without any war and without any person leaving their home country, their home and their families. And yeah, at the end, I would like to thank you everyone for giving your time and giving your attention here. And that was a very great time for us as well to share our knowledge. And yeah, but still, if you would like to know more in details, so you can just contact us. Smart is always very happy to share their knowledge and help their community. So yeah, thank you, and the stage is yours, Brother Nashat. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Rahmat from Smart, for the great word. Yes, I do agree about what you have been mentioned about that refugees have to try their best to find the opportunity of how to survive here in Indonesia. And we should not forget that we have to find the opportunity, but in a legal way that not affecting us as a refugees and asylum seekers. And always I also emphasizing on one point, which is united, more strong. If we are going to be united, of course, right now Smart, we can see it, or Dambe Duafa, that they are disseminating the opportunities for the refugees and asylum seekers, and it's highly appreciated from them. In the end, I would like to say also thank you to the all participants. But before that, we would like to ask all the participants to on their camera to take a screenshot photo for all the participants. Please, you can on your video kindly, if that possible. It's not mandatory, but it would be better.
Brother Rahmat, can you stop the share screen?
Sure, brother. I think I can. I don't have the option here to close the share screen, so you can just do it. Okay. Oh yeah, just wait, just wait. I just found.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I cannot see most of the participants. Please on your camera to see your shiny faces.
Okay, thank you everyone. I'll start the screenshot. Smile, 1, 2. Once more, 1, 2. Okay, thank you.
Thank you everyone for this webinar, and a special thanks to Suwaka for creating this opportunity for the refugees and asylum seeker that enable us to reach this kind of informations and engage more with this kind of informations and knowledge in order to help us to survive here in Indonesia.